So here you see the Agrax Earthshade and the Camo Shade mix. 80% of the Agrax and the rest of the Anthonian Camo Shade, and go over the metal parts, over the gold parts. Mix it a little bit diluted with water. Then it is not too strong, and it's up to you how many you just put them on. And yeah, you have not so the goodest control over the shadows, but for the midtones and for the recesses it is perfect. And don't forget, let them dry. It's super important for metallic colors. Let them dry, and yeah, then start again. Okay, paint first, and now we paint hard. So it is time for No Mercy. Now we are going to set up the first lights with polished gold on the Spanish way, and use a brush with a fine tip. It is good if the tip is short, like the Redgrassgames brush size 2.0, because this is perfect for edges and some fine stippling. Mix it in your mixture, the pure polished gold, and if you want you can mix a little bit brighter with something icy yellow or sunny skin or something like that, and go. But in this moment it is better to go over the edges and the highest parts of the armor with the polished gold, and yeah, you will see the result is awesome. The result, you see it after few thin coats. It's very strong, and you see I hold my hand back because black and gold is a good contrast, yeah, like our miniature. Okay, see what I'm doing here, and learn from this, and this is the way. Yeah, it's time for some hard strikes and concentrate your power, feel your energy, and feel your muscles, and focus on the miniature. It's time to improve the gold with a non-metallic color, ice yellow, for example, and you can also do the light yellow or the ivory and give them a stronger touch and repeat the step before on the edges and of the highest parts of the armor. But be careful, not too much, yeah, not too much, but the result is awesome. And in addition, add some silver, mithril silver or another silver in your mix to get them a more metallic look of the highlights. Here you see the close-up, we set up the highlights very high, and it's time for hide in the shadows. Take the black ink. For me, the black ink is the perfect diluted way for improving shadows, and put a little bit violet ink in this mixture with the black. The reason of this is the pigments are very super strong, better than a normal black or normal violet, and improve the shadows very hardcore. And yeah, don't forget to dilute it a little bit with water, and take only a tiny drop of the colors because they are very super strong. If you are ready, take a fine brush and go in every deepest part of the armor to improve the shadow like I do here. This is super important and give them a super strength in the deep. And yeah, it's pretty easy. It's everything is not super hardcore to paint. It's pretty easy. You can do it. You can master it. So now comes a special trick. We try to get the Bogenhaven Baron's look on his armor, and we take the orange transparent from the Vallejo paint set and took it on the wet palette. By the way, the wet palette is from Redgrassgames. The studio palette is perfect for this. And yeah, and we give now the Griff Oberwald orange Bogenhaven Imperial Baron touch from the armor, the rest of the armor of the whole team. And this is a very, very special trick, and it's super cool. Gives you a super result. Mix it with water and take a bigger brush. The brush must be clean, and took it a little bit away, the water away from the brush tip on the tissue, and go over all over the miniature armor's part from every side, and go, it's important, go only from one to the other part, from point A to point B. It's super important you let them dry before you put another coat of glaze on this armor. So now time for the British Empire version, and this is a little bit different from the Spanish Conquistador version. The thing is, we have a darker, deeper, rusty look gold, and we need the contrast medium and put in a little bit in the pot from the Redgrassgames. It's better than on the brush. And take this one, snakebite leather. You can also do Gulliman's flesh and what's the name? Gulliman's flesh or skeleton horde. It's up to you. I use the snakebite leather for testing some tones of the armor, and yeah, mix it. Sorry, mix it with the contrast medium on the wet palette. Notice you can also mix it with water. It works, yeah. But the contrast medium is especially good for this kind of color. Take a good brush, don't overload it, and go also over the armor and bring a little bit more depth to the shadows and to the deepest part of the armor. Don't wash the whole armor, only the deepest part and the shadow parts. Now it comes to the highlight phase of the British Empire, and we take the Stormhost silver and mix it in our gold mix. And this is up to you how brighten you do this. You have to check it's not too far or too less, and then make the same thing like the Spanish version, only the high parts of the armor, only the edges, stipple some here, some there. It's up to you how do you do that. You can also a little bit dry brush, a soft dry brush the armor. It's but it's very important to don't do too much of them because you lose the effect of this gold. So here you see I go very soft and over the whole armor with the Stormhost Silver Gold mix. And now it's time for the final blow. You can strike your enemy now down with this hit. You're going to the next glaze, and we use, instead of the orange transparent, we use the blood letters red from Gamesworkshop, Citadel, and use it with water a little bit, or Lamia medium anyway, and mix it a little bit. You see, like I'm doing here, and then approve the shadows and give the armor this touch of the Imperial Bergenhaven Barons look. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. All what you have to do. You can go further with silver. You can go more into a orange tone with Raglan Flesh Shade or Gulliman's Flesh over the armor. Yeah, but that is the secret of the heavy metal painting from these gold arts. Yeah, and what I'm showing now is the difference between these two miniatures, and at the end of the video I show you two videos shortcuts how the miniature looks like when it's finished, when you complete the miniature finished. Yeah, and you make an fatality or look at that, look at the difference. Yeah, we have here the brightest star player gold, yeah, and but a little bit used look, a little bit bright and beautiful and with shadows, and this is good for the star player, but for the lineman I think this gold is much more better, looks more aggressive, more rusty, and you can improve the shadows with black if you want, black lines and silver lines. You can do this. I don't do this in this video because it's too much for a lineman. You don't want to play with display models, you want to play with tabletop high standard plus. Yeah, and look at the both together, it looks fantastic. It's really super easy, super nice, go very fast, and yeah, that's it. I show you now the final products of these wonderful miniatures from the Blood Bowl second season. Wonderful. And these holder, by the way, from Redgrassgames, I recommend this. This is the best miniature holders you can have it. Yeah, and yeah, I hope the game is also fine. I never played. I have to paint the human teams and the undead and the orcs and the thunders. Yeah, okay, and this is also the end of this Dojo Volume 2. I'm out, and share this video, tell your friends, help me to grow up this dojo and get more students to fight any other dojos. No, just kidding. We want to share informations and final results to a better painting world. Okay, all what I say is Happy Christmas to all, and stay safe, stay at home, and stay with your families. And yeah, I show you now the product. Okay, I'm out. Bye. See ya. Oh yeah, that was real work. Now you know how to paint these small tiny miniatures. They're really tiny miniatures, yeah? Really tiny. But for us, no problem. It's nothing too tiny for us. It's just too tiny, it's nothing for us. Time for you to train your skills. Time for you. I go on a sofa, watch TV, and come some back one day, and then I will see your skills. Now we can close the dojo for today, and maybe we produce another video. It's up to you. Share this video, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe this channel here. Really. Beautiful eyes. Okay. Bye.